Redeem myself. Okay, so previous attempt with adding silicone was a disaster. Hated it, and then swiping, no. So I'm gonna go back to my trusty pour, but this time I do have silicone in it. I'm gonna use the same paints that I had mixed before. This is the Liquitex Basics, the Oxygen Purple. I don't want to put that in first. This is actually a white that does have silicone in it. I'm just gonna, nope, I don't want to put that in first because it has the silicone in it. And so this is just my Liquitex Basics titanium white, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. You can't see me pouring in at all. You can see my craziness that I had going on there. Little bit of neon pink that does have some silicone in it. I mixed this, the first attempt was my attempt at silicone, and I think that there's potential in it. I tried this silicone, and I don't know if it's because my butane torch didn't work. This is the neon green Craft Smart with a tad of the Liquitex Basics bright yellow green mixed in with it. So I don't know if it was because I couldn't put heat on the silicone, if it was because of my swipe technique. This is the Craft Smart neon orange with silicone added in. 1 part paint, 1 part silicone. This is the Craft Smart paint, and I just put it, after I mixed it with the Floetrol, just put it back in the bottle for easy application. I'm actually going to do a flip cup instead of a pour and see how that goes. Again, this is the one that has the little bit of silicone, and actually it was the first time I'd poured the silicone out, and it was like ginormous scoosh of silicone, so it's got a lot of silicone. Craft Smart Metallic Blue. Again, that's 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol. I like the metallic sheen it gets. And even without silicone, I've received, or I've gotten cells with this white pearl, Craft Smart Metallic Paint. Again, 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol. I really like putting it back into the tubes. I have to say, kind of very happy about that, like, eureka moment I had. And then I'm not going to have as much paint wasted sitting in these cups. I'm going to stick a little bit of that gray, slate gray that I had mixed up. So this is, I've got a jug of black and a jug of white that I have all the time. It's Liquitex Basics black, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and I mixed, it's a light slate gray. A little bit more pink. My students really loved the green, so I'm a teacher. And I teach math, and I took my paintings in and hung them up in my room, and they're like, "Where'd you get those?" And I said, "I did them." I'm like, "Why aren't you an art teacher?" It's because I do this to keep myself from going crazy. This is That's what I do when I'm chilling at home with myself. I used to I used to ask my daughter to record for me. She hated that. So now I have a piece of what's it called? Parachute cord that's cut to length, and I hang it from my light above my kitchen table. And so I'm sorry you get a horrible glare when the paint is wet. But trying to figure out how to record, I tried like 19 different things. And this gives me 2 hands free. And the ability to pause without ruining life. And I didn't have to move anywhere. So. Just go with it. So this is a 6x6 with 1-inch edge. This is 4 ounces of paint. If it's not enough, I've got more sitting here. So, and yeah, I'm gonna do a flip cup. I've watched a couple of videos recently talking about how to get that paint, the cells to go under. Really enjoyed watching someone use the toilet paper tube and put a ring of paint around the outside here so that the paint is going underneath when you're releasing it, which I really kind of like that idea, and that's the idea for tomorrow. Gina DeLuca, I've watched many of her videos. She used a pastry bag for a little bit, and I'm sure she took it from someone else, but so I'm going to consider using a pastry bag. Right now I'm just waiting for the paint to get down the sides. I can still see it moving. So I'm going to continue to try. I've got a very large canvas that I want to do over fall break. That's my goal. So I need to find the color combinations that I like and the technique that I like before I go big or go home. All right, let's see what I get. Great cells. Love the purple. Wish I hadn't put the gray in. Way too much paint for this. That's okay. I know that was my favorite part too. I'm hearing the screams, no! Really shouldn't have put the gray in. That's the part that's really making me upset. I'm going to add more paint, because why not? Not happy with it. I love the cell action. I wish there were more pink in it. There's pink coming up with that purple. Put some more of the green. Just really didn't enjoy that gray that came through. I am going to swipe something across that. Just going to use my white stir stick because it's got some silicone in it. Maybe there'll be some transfer there. I just keep ruining and ruining. Get my corners. Yeah, that drip of water is running through. That's kind of making an interesting pattern though. Well, I have to say, I mean, I wasn't really pleased with it to begin with. I didn't like the gray that I'd put in and that it popped up. But I really kind of like the patterning that's in it now. And if I can cover up all the edges, I'm going to hit it with the I like to use a chopstick. I do. I like the orange cells that are coming in here. I just want to give some more like definition to a couple of the spaces. It's growing on me. I don't know. I think today's been a fail and it's time to tap out, but see after it dries. See if a few more cells. I'm gonna hit it with the hairdryer. I like that one a lot. Maybe I'll get you down and get a little close up. Okay, sorry about the glares. Hopefully I can get a, there we go. So I do like some of the cell action that I got there. The ringlet cells, this tricolor cell. You know, I'm so sorry for the glare. I did hit it with a hairdryer. And it did pop out quite a few more cells. And you know, it was I think it was a failure that I have come to like. So we'll see how it is when it's dry.